that intro had emotional music, classic sigh, acting like I was sitting down because I was unaware of the camera recording. We're off to a flying start for this one. Do you guys feel sorry for me now? Wait, no? So what is going on, guys? This is Ryan here. Now, this is gonna be a different video because you might be noticing there is no game. I'm not sitting in the top corner looking at a game like, whoa, okay, whoa, that's crazy, whoa. No, this one is gonna be a vlog type video. You've read the title and you know exactly what the base of this video is all about. Well, I guess you don't. You know, over the last couple of weeks, much more so, there's definitely been this ongoing problem with YouTube, and it's a shame to see happening, and I'm hoping that there is some kind of planned fix down the line, but that is currently age restriction. It's not the concept of age restriction, but it's more so the transparency when it comes to creators like myself and just being left in the complete dark. We'll get more onto that in just a second. Before we even say anything else though, I just want to first of all state that I absolutely love YouTube. It's given me so much in my life. It's given me everything that you're seeing here. Like, bro, I bought a house. I'm very grateful to have the position that I do on this platform. I didn't dream of ever getting to this sort of point, and YouTube has just offered me so many incredible possibilities, and I just want to thank YouTube first of all for even allowing me to get to this point on your platform. With that said, however, I want to give a little bit of feedback, shall we call it, just talking about a little bit of an issue that's going on and give my 2 cents on a recent problem that has much more so been apparent for creators, that being age restriction, and much more so the lack of clarity. I'm gonna straight up just say it, I don't mind the concept of age restriction. It makes complete sense why it exists, and I don't even mind being age restricted on my content. If I play something that is too violent or is doing something wrong, I accept it. I made the choice to play that and upload it. They have every right to age restrict that video. The issue, however, is the lack of guidance when it comes to having this sort of thing happen to you, because you are not told a single thing about why this has happened to you. Like, for people like me, I always hate things like that. I love being told how to improve, or really just be told what I did wrong. If I'm being hit with an age restriction, someone has seen something clearly when reviewing that content that they did not like, and then they've restricted because of that. What is that? I don't know what I did. And so because of the lack of guidance that we are given, we have to take it upon ourselves to, you know, get out. Wait, where's my glasses? Hold up. Detective goggles go on, okay? We start typing, we start scrolling down, trying to figure out what the problem was in the video. You know, like, I bounce between, you know, other creators who cover the same game, who play the same thing. Sometimes it's very clear that one specific moment is definitely causing the age restriction. Maybe it's like a gory thing or just something that is just kind of like, dang, that's kind of crazy. But then you look at other people's videos and they have not been hit with an age restriction. I don't understand how this happens. Why is it that certain rules only apply for some people? What is happening? You know, I had a really interesting experience with my Quarry series, actually, and this is something I did want to speak about a little bit because it raised my eyebrows to not being able to learn from what we do wrong. Let me explain. So the first time I uploaded the Quarry ending episode, I got age restricted. It was what it was. I hadn't set the video public, but I was like, okay, well, there were some gory scenes, no problem. I respected their decision, so I took the video down and then I manually went through the whole thing, and every time there was a gory moment that showed something kind of graphic, I would blur the entirety of the screen or add a huge black bar covering whatever was happening that was wrong. Fast forward, I upload that video and someone manually approved that video to be acceptable for YouTube ads, aka there is nothing wrong within this video. You are greenlit, fella, get going, you're fine. And so I did. I set the video public, and then a few days later, I got hit with an age restriction. What happened? How am I supposed to learn from this? At the same time, I was speaking with YouTube publicly on Twitter whilst all of this was happening. I said, you know, like, this video was flagged up, like it was fine, and then it got age restricted, and they were like, okay, we will look into this for you. We'll get this resolved. You know, file an age restriction. We'll see what happens. Yeah, it got denied again. I told YouTube Twitter that it had gotten denied, and they ghosted me. They didn't reply to me after that point, and we were getting somewhere. I felt like I was actually communicating and figuring out maybe where the issue lies. Within YouTube, you have a video editor, so I can go onto a pre-existing video anywhere on my channel and I can edit a section of a video out. It's a great feature. It works amazingly well for copyright. I love the fact that it does. If I am told what the issue is in the video, I can literally remove it. There is even the option to censor as the YouTube editor. I can censor the scene. Are we seeing an inconsistency here? Let me go on a tangent though. Several years back, there were so many problems with the copyright system on YouTube. I remember it was a dire place where a lot of videos would get copyright claimed and you were not told what was even the problem within the video. It was rough. It was rough. And then it turned out when the transparency began to come through, there were these like channels that would like, they would kind of like license a video as like Duke in Media and stuff like that. They would license a second of a video clip and claim 100% of content. I remember I uploaded an 18-minute video and they claimed like half a second within it and took 100% of the money from that. There was nothing I could do. It sucked. With YouTube's transparency on when it comes to copyright stuff, it has literally changed my experience. It has turned it into an S-tier experience, man. When I get a copyright claim, I don't care anymore. I can literally, on the app itself, resolve the issue. It is amazing, and I applaud them for putting the work in to do that. We are told exactly where this copyright is. It is a new rule. They have to specify where in the video. So guess what? We chop that section out, and we're good to go. There is no problems with it. So why is it that when there's something extremely barbaric in a video or something questionably wrong, they don't tell us where that part lies so we can remove it so people don't have to see that section? It doesn't make any sense. I've heard some other YouTubers, I actually saw Quarry talk about this, and I was planning to make this video last week and I just hadn't got around to it. I've been editing a lot of different videos, but he mentioned having like some, I think he called it like a partner or a manager who he could talk to and discuss these things with. They don't also know what the problem is. It's really weird. I don't get it. I only ever had one of those, and it lasted a few months before they just, I don't know, like they never got in contact with me again. I have no one at YouTube I can talk to, and I haven't for years. If I'm not mistaken, I think the only email I ever had with one of these YouTube partners, managers, of someone, I don't know what the term is, the only email I had with them was me basically saying, it's nice to meet you. Nothing happened. I didn't get any other emails about how there was no guidance for me. Something else which is kind of interesting is that I barely ever have to suffer with age restriction. I never do, but I can feel how much of a weird thing this is creeping up in the back. I am worried about what I upload nowadays because I don't know if the rules are going to just flip. It feels like switches are just being flipped in the background. What's fine one day is not the next, and you are not told where that thing has changed. So what you're doing, which is right today, and you feels good, upload the video, everything's absolutely fine. All of a sudden, that is not okay to do, but you are not told, and then you are punished even more for it. Damn. It's just like when I say it out loud, it confuses me just to voice my opinion because it does not seem to make, it doesn't make sense. You guys might have noticed I actually didn't play The Mortuary Assistant, a highly anticipated game that I was very excited to play, and it sounds like I made an amazingly good call because almost everyone I've heard has got age restricted for that game, and then all of a sudden people haven't, even though they've uploaded the exact same thing. The crazy thing is, you would think, obviously, it's to do with treating dead bodies and stuff like that. You would think that would probably get you demonetized. There's so much visual stuff. That's not even the issue. So it's like, what's going on? Like, what is the problem with this game? We don't know. We have to guess. I don't want to record a game for 2 hours. I don't want to spend 8 to 10 hours editing through that video and then uploading it and then just like being age restricted, 90% of people not being able to see it. I don't want that to be the sort of working environment that I have to do. So unfortunately, if there's no more transparency, I'm just gonna have to opt to skip a lot more games with just questionable things where people are being hit with age restrictions. And all they have to do to solve this problem for me is tell me what section gets age restricted so I can remove it and abide by the rules that YouTube wants. I am so willing to cooperate with their new rules. You don't understand, but they won't tell us. In an ideal world, age restriction would become more transparent on this platform because it would help so many people understand what is the problem, what can't we show and why. And guess what? If we were told that, a lot more people would definitely follow along with this. I don't know if there's a reason why they don't tell people. I don't know if there's maybe some kind of exploit they're concerned with where a specific part of, I don't really know how to explain it, but the type of content, I don't know if it could be exploited if they release the rules. The best example I can give is it's like going into a multi-thing test. Let's say there's like 10 questions to do with computer science. There's 10 questions to do with industry, fashion, finance. You've got like all these things, math, geography, English. There's a whole bombardment of questions. You sit that thing and you feel confident in all of that. You answer all the questions and you're like, oh man, that feels so good. We did it. You get your test paper back from the teacher, okay? And she marks that you got 60% right. And she's like, okay, you have failed this course. I'm so sorry about that. Unless you retake the test right now whilst we're standing here and correct it. You've had no time to do any research. You don't know what questions you even got wrong. So it's just like, you kind of sit back and you just think like, well, how am I supposed to understand and to fix this teacher if I don't even know what part of this test I got wrong? It doesn't make sense in the real world, but this is what's happening on YouTube a little bit. Of course, people might say, you know, you've got the community guidelines, you can read that thing, but I mean, why are some people being punished and others not? So basically, community guidelines, they only work a little bit. Like, they don't even work all the time, so how do we learn? It's a complex situation. As I've said before, man, like, I love YouTube, I do, and I want to continue doing this thing for as long as I can and enjoying every moment of it. But it's things like this that just kind of, they make me almost take a step back when I have high hopes for something, and I'm super hyped I'm going to do something, but then I'm worried about age restriction. I don't want to work for a whole day, tired, man. Videos editing is mentally tiring sometimes, especially doing all the cuts and stuff. I don't want to have to do that just to face getting age restricted, and especially not understanding what I even did wrong. That's the most important thing. I don't think this video will change anything on the platform. All I can hope is that there is something moving in the background already where they're trying to help with making this sort of stuff more transparent, so creators are able to, for example, remove something which is, you know, a bit of a problem within the video. Maybe it gets age restricted. You can then remove it and then request a review. Then someone comes back, checks that part that they know was the problem, and it gets approved, and then it changes back. That would be so nice to have. We're gonna have to see though, guys. A lot of people are just guessing about this. I really wanted to just bring attention to this because I know a lot of other people on this platform also are undergoing the same confused thing. I've seen it where I've seen multiple people typing on Discord trying to, you know, theorize what the problems are. That's the problem. We're theorizing. We don't know. We have to guess what's going on, man. But there we go, guys. That is gonna do it for this one. Definitely different, but sometimes it is good to let you guys know really what's going on, because I've had so many comments about, like, you know, Mortuary Assistant is out, why aren't you playing it? X Game's out, you need to play this, and that's why I'm not playing it. That's basically what's going down. I don't want to waste my time editing, and then you guys can't even see it. I'm sorry for all of you guys actually backpedaling who couldn't watch the Quarry. I know a lot of people were very frustrated. They tweeted me and they were saying like, man, I can't even finish the series that I managed to enjoy with you. So, you know, that was a shame, and it's out of my control. There's nothing I can do about it, which it does suck for sure, but hey, man, this is the climate we're in right now. This is how we have to try and adapt. Before I ramble more though, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope this was at least informative, and I mean, if you're having the same problem, you're another YouTuber, hopefully this gets resolved for us and we can get back to not having to worry about age restriction. And it's this thing which basically is kind of like hammer down on a video and that's it. Hopefully it can be more of one of those things where it's almost like they put a stop sign in front until you go ahead, repair this thing up, and then they remove it, and then it's like, hey, you can go back through that lane, get watching again. Thank you for watching this video, guys. Hopefully, as said before, this was at least some information. I just wanted to, again, put my points out there, and I'm gonna leave this thing because I can feel myself rambling again. Thank you guys for watching this video. If I don't leave this room, I'm gonna keep talking, and you guys are never gonna hear the end of this, so I'm gonna leave right now. So I'm gonna get out of this thing. Did I mention age restriction as a problem?
Estaba un día en el cantón viendo a un patrón y quitándome unas papitas.